Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tupelo City Council meeting of Tuesday, November the 17th. At this time, I'll ask all of us to stand for the invocation given by Councilman Lynn Bryan, and remain standing for the pledge right after this.
Could you bow your head? Our Father, thank Thee for Thy many blessings. Keep us from harm, guide us, and teach us to be true to each other, ourselves, and Thee. Amen.
Councilwoman Nettie Davis.
I was hoping that we could get the scout from First Methodist to come, but he chose not to come forward. So we'll just do the pledge together. If everybody with attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. At this time, I'll call this meeting to order and call on Vice President Lynn Bryan for the confirmation or amendment of agenda and the agenda order.
I make a motion that we confirm the agenda and agenda order with the exception of the addition of 7.7 minutes of the Tupelo Major Thoroughfare Program meeting of October 12, 2015, and the addition of 7.8, the approval of the appointment to the Tupelo Major Thoroughfare Program Committee.
I have a motion by Councilman Bryan. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? That is unanimous. We'll now go to item number 4, proclamations, recognitions, and reports agenda, beginning with 4.1, recognition of Boy Scout.
Thank you, President Palmer. At this time, it's my honor and privilege to recognize Mr. Tyler Sheffield, who is, Tyler, if you'll stand, Boy Scout with Troop 12, based out of First United Methodist Church here in Tupelo. Can we please give Tyler a round of applause?
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Mayor. We'll go to item 4.2, recognition of city employees.
Thank you. We've got, I think, Mr. Alan Taylor here. Mr. Taylor, while he's making his way up, as the council's well aware, and most folks here are, the recognition of our employees is one of the highlights of almost every one of our council meetings, but it takes a very dedicated team to make the city of Tupelo operate efficiently and effectively for our citizens, and it's our team members that make that happen. So now it's my honor and privilege on behalf of the council, administration, and the city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, to recognize Mr. Alan Taylor with the Tupelo Public Works Department for 25 years of dedicated employment as of the 27th of November 2015. Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
We'll now go to item 4.3. I'm sorry.
Here, one more.
You do have, I'm sorry, Mayor. Forgive me.
If we could ask Mr. Williams, Mr. Chuck Williams, come forward at this time. Everybody knows, here knows Mr. Williams. He's our director of the Public Works Department. Want to, before presenting with certificate of appreciation, publicly thank Mr. Williams and everybody at the Public Works Department for literally getting us through the storms. The heavy lifting, quite literally, from the tornado, the ice storms, and the other disasters that we face falls onto the shoulders of our Public Works Department, and they do a tremendous job. But at this time, on behalf of the council, the administration, and the city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, we'd like to recognize Mr. Chuck Williams, Tupelo, Director of Tupelo Public Works Department, for 20 years of dedicated employment with the city of Tupelo. Thank you, Chuck.
Any more, Mayor? At this time, we'll go to 4.3, public recognitions.
I have,
Ms.
yeah,
Davis?
two things. I just wanted to remind everybody about Thanksgiving services that will be on the 19th at 5:30 at the Link Center, and we want a record turnout there. This is being sponsored, coordinated by the Outreach Task Force. And we'd like to have as many people there present for that. And I also would like to recognize Miss Viola Foster, who was the mayor of Plantersville. In fact, she served as an alderman and later mayor over a period of 20 years, and she also was a school teacher and at one point in time the president of the NACP. And they had a funeral. She was funeralized today, and I'd like for everybody to be mindful of this and be in prayer for Miss Foster's family.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. We have any other public recognitions? We'll now go to 4.4, report from Quality of Life Committee by Mr. Robin Hare.
Good evening, Council. I'm Robin Hare. I live at 1207 Antler Drive. My family and I. I'm also a business owner here in town, Hare Wealth Management on Court Street. And I'm here tonight to introduce to some of you the Quality of Life Committee and what we do, and then some of you just touch base and inform you on the Quality of Life Committee. I'm not by myself. Miss Iva Sisk is also here from Ward 3. I do recommend we do this on an annual basis. I don't know if they've done this in the past. I've been on the committee for a year. Council Lady Ms. Davis, but we'd like to do it on an annual basis. I have passed out a copy of the Quality of Life Code of Ordinances, if you kind of follow along with me shortly. The charter states that the committee shall be 11 members, 1 from each ward, 4 at large, recommended by the mayor and approved by the council. Currently, we have 6 committee members. I'll be glad to stick around and discuss which ones are open after the meeting, but what I'd like to do is get with each of you or come back for a work session and help you go through some things and that we can fulfill the committee spots within the next month. Responsibilities of the committee shall be to identify qualities that make Tupelo a desirable place to live, to add qualities that complement the already existing qualities of attracting senior citizens and young skilled workers to Tupelo. And last but not least, encourage Tupelo natives to continue to reside in Tupelo. We have a budget every year of about $65,000. Well, where does that money come from? I lost my water and light bill when I came in, so I think Johnny's picked it up. Maybe he's paying it for me. But I was going to use it as an example. There's a line item that says quality of life on your water and light bill, and it's rounded up to the nearest dollar. So the average amount that customers pay is about 30 cents a month. That goes towards the $65,000, which works out to be somewhere around $5,400 or $6,000 a month is what we get. How is the money distributed? Grants are written by citizens for their programs and events. A letter is usually submitted by the requestor and reviewed by the committee. The committee meets to discuss or votes by email whether to accept or reject. We now have a formal application for requests that hopefully will be accessible on the city's website for anyone who wants to fill that out and get it to us. Applications are submitted to Ms. Sherry Cochran. She organizes the material for the committee to approve or decline. There are 3 categories under which grants are to be submitted. Those are fitness, beautification, and festivals. Grants submitted and approved for the past fiscal year, the Daffodil Project, all the beautiful daffodils around the city, we have committed funds to those. Disc Golf and HealthWorks 5K, Gumtree Wood Carving, the Martin Luther King Festival, Pigskins in the Park, the Barbecue Duel, and Downtown on Main Street Concert Series. Our ultimate goal, which this is an unwritten goal, is what we'd like to do is have other festivals, other projects, other beautification projects come to us so that we can grant them money, seed money, and gradually they can kind of go off the rolls and become established on their own. That's what we'd like to do. I'll be glad to stick around, like I said, and answer any questions you may have after the meeting or address them now.
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to say that the Quality of Life Committee, I think, came up when, about 2 councils ago. And I think quality of life is very important for our cities. All of us feel that way, but I think it would be good if we could have a work session on, him to come to a work session in the committee so that we could get, you know, some more information on some of the things. We know some things about it, but I think it would be very helpful if we could have a work session on it.
We'll certainly do that. We sure will.
Sounds great. Thank you, council.
Thank you, Robin. At this time, we'll go to item number 4.5, the mayor's report.
Thank you, President Palmer. Councilwoman Davis mentioned 2 of the things that I was going to mention in the report. That is the community Thanksgiving this Thursday night. Would echo her statements and just encourage everybody in the city of Tupelo, Lee County, and even North Mississippi to come as we give thanks together as one city for the many blessings that we have. And also want to, of course, recognize Mayor Foster. Mayor Foster is a true trailblazer in the Lee County area. She, in addition to all the stuff that Councilwoman Davis said, she gave me my start in municipal government when I was 25 by appointing me as the city attorney and prosecutor of the town of Plantersville, and certainly be forever grateful to her for that, and just would ask everybody join in their thoughts and prayers for Mayor Foster's family. As everyone I'm sure has noticed, our flags are at half-mast all throughout the city. This goes along with the president and the governor's declaration on behalf of the victims in Paris of the terrorist events there, and certainly keep everyone affected by that in our thoughts and prayers. We started this week a over 10,000 member conference, which is one of, if not the largest conference that we've ever hosted in the city of Tupelo. The Mennonite National Conference is here with should be about 10,500 participants across the street. So if anybody asks what all the cars are, what all the traffic's for, it is for that. And that, in addition to the city of Tupelo being at capacity for hotel rooms, different attendees are staying in the entire Northeast Mississippi area, some as far as 90 miles away, and driving in and out. So not just the city of Tupelo, but the entire Northeast Mississippi area should see the economic benefit of this this great event here in the city of Tupelo. At this time, would ask Mr. Alex Wilcox if you'll please come forward. Probably should have done this during the public recognitions, but if I would have done that, I wouldn't have much to talk about my mayor's report. I know that would upset the council if I didn't spend a few minutes here. But the awards that the city of Tupelo has received over the past several years, and that continue to me, just speak volumes of the quality of work that is being done on behalf of the city of Tupelo. Alex Farned could not be here today due to a loss in his family. His sister-in-law passed today. But we've got another Alex here to accept this award, or recognition of the award. This is an award for the Tupelo Park and Recreation Department. We received the James Farrell Award of Excellence at the ASA USA Awards Luncheon in Louisville, Kentucky. The award was earned as the program scored a 99% rating for hosting the ASA Men's Class D Southern National Championship in August. Park and Rec was also awarded the 2017 Girls 16 and Under Southern Gold Qualifier. This is the only award. This is only awarded to one city in the 4 territories, and we're very proud of our Park and Recreation Department. Thank you, Al. And last but not least, one of our council members that had a birthday on November 12th, Councilman Mike Bryan, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, would like to wish you a very happy birthday. How old are you?
You said 12.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. We'll go to item number 5, but there are no items on the public agenda, so we'll skip and go to 6, the action agenda, beginning with 6.1, review, adopt Tupelo Comprehensive Transportation Plan, also known as the Major Thoroughfare Program.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Lynn Bryan, a second by Councilman Whittington, and is there any discussion?
I would like to make this statement because I mentioned it in our work session. We have the Thoroughfare, which has been doing some excellent work throughout our city for years, but I have a concern about some maintenance being included in that budget somewhere to keep our important streets up in the inner city, Tupelo, and I'm just hoping that that would be given strong consideration when they finalize what they plan to do as far as the next 20 years, that they would be inclusive of that in our budget, our in-city streets. Because when we bring new streets, develop new streets, that's bringing them in to utilize those streets we already have, and there's some of our streets that really need some attention. So I would like to make that statement that I think that should be included in there.
Thank you, ma'am. Mayor, you have any other comments on that?
No, sir.
Anyone else have any?
I would like to echo what Ms. Davis saying. That was one of my concerns. Are we intend to have work sessions later on about this?
You're talking about for the council?
Yeah.
Well, the major
On the thing that she was talking about.
The Major Thoroughfare has got 2 subcommittees, and they are meeting. They met twice last week. They'll be meeting soon again discussing those items. And I've attended both of those, and any of the council.
Will they be meeting with us, though, as a council?
We will either be meeting with the entire council if you'd like to come to those meetings, or that little subcommittee that we have with the council. We have any other discussion? All in favor? That would be unanimous. We'll now go to item number 7, routine agenda. 7.1, review, approve minutes of regular council meeting of Tuesday, November 3rd, 2015.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Jennings and a second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? That's unanimous. 7.2, review, pay bills. And tonight we had Mr. Travis, Ms. Nettie, Lynn Bryan, and myself.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Bryan, Mr. Lynn Bryan, a second by Mr. Travis Beard. All in favor? That's unanimous. 7.3, review, approve proclamation declaring additional holidays for city employees.
I move to approve this proclamation.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Mike Bryan, a second by Mr. Lynn Bryan. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Palmer. This is a yearly or annual resolution that we passed to correspond with the governor's proclamation of the holidays for Thanksgiving, the observation of Christmas, and then that of New Year's. This allows us, in conjunction with other state offices across the state of Mississippi, to close the city offices for those holidays. That'd be the Thursday and Friday of Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Any other questions? All in favor? That would be unanimous. We'll go to item 7.4, review, approve request to surplus items for Tupelo Fire Department.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve this item.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Jennings, a second by Councilman Whittington. Mayor?
Yes, sir. These are three items. One, a 1999 Ford Explorer, and then two inoperable computers that Chief Walker has asked to surplus because they're either inoperable or the cost to repair the item, the Ford Explorer, exceeds the value of the vehicle. The vehicle would be auctioned off in accordance with the policies along with police vehicles and other things.
Thank you. Any other discussions or questions? All in favor? That's unanimous. Item 7.5, review, accept minutes of Planning Committee meeting of November 2nd, 2015.
I move that we would accept the minutes of the planning committee.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Davis, a second by Mr. Whittington to accept the minutes of Planning Committee meetings. Any discussion?
Just the only item of note would be that in the memo there that would allow the reestablishment of a non-conforming use, which is a daycare center at 811 South Canal Street. That conforms with the current use, but it's before the Planning Committee because it was Lyft Incorporated, and now it's a new entity in there, but performing the same type of service to the community.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I'd just like to mention that this at one point in time was Head Start Center, and this would be the monies that they would the lease that they would receive from the rental of this would be very helpful for Lyft. I worked for Lyft 7 years, so I know it's very important to have daycare centers as many as we have and to get the financial support they need.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. All in favor? That's unanimous. Item 7.6, review approved change order number 2 for Tupelo State Revolving Fund fiscal year 2013 water system improvements.
Make a motion, we approve the change.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Whittington, a second by Mike Bryan, Mayor, or Johnny Timmons.
I
either
defer to
or.
Mr. Timmons on that.
Mr. Johnny Timmons.
This is a change order for extension of time on the Auburn water system improvements we did in the newly annexed area. As y'all may remember, we negotiated with North Lee Water to purchase these customers. Well, now that that's been done, now that we will let the contractor that actually did the installation of the water system, he will install all the water meters, and we'll need a 60-day extension to do that. Also, there was a Dexter Force, and is our telemetry system people that installed the telemetry system, and they had a pressure reducing valve that got back ordered, so they are just now getting to install that, and that was also included in it.
Any questions for Mr. Timmons?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask Johnny, I can't let him get by without asking him something. Once this done, that'll be, would there be any other concern in that for
No, the water.
money-wise?
No, sir. The water and the sewer system is in and completed. All we like now is installing the water meters, and then that project will be finalized.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? All in favor? That's unanimous. We'll now go to item number 7.7, to review, approve the minutes of the Major Thoroughfare Program meeting of October 12th, 2015.
I move that we would approve these minutes.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, a second by Mr. Beard. Any discussion, Mayor? Do you have any?
No, sir.
Anybody have any questions? All in favor? That would be unanimous. Item number 7.8, approve appointment to Tupelo Major Thoroughfare Program Committee.
Make a motion, we approve the appointment.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Ms. Davis. Mayor.
Thank you, President Palmer. You should have in your packet the bio of Mr. Wesley Wells. I'm sure most everyone knows Mr. Wells. He is the owner of Legend Publishing Company, which publishes the statewide Our Mississippi magazine. He's a lifelong resident of Tupelo and a good Mississippi State Bulldog, which is always important. He has served on many committees, and most recently the Tupelo Convention and Visitors Bureau. His term of service on that expires in December, so for a month there, he'll be on 2 committees. But with the other items on the thoroughfare and the votes coming up for the 20-year plan, and then I thought it was important that we have a full committee for those important matters, and would just respectfully request the confirmation of Mr. Wells' nomination at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. All in favor? That's unanimous. Item number 8, there are no study items. Item number 9, there is no need for an executive session. Item 10, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Lynn Bryan, a second by Ms. Davis. All in favor? We appreciate it. Hope y'all had a good time. We'll see y'all later.